in the flesh. He drove and flew from many, many miles away. He's a dear friend of mine. He's written so many books. He's helped some people get into office. He speaks truth. Well, from what I heard. He's a sharp dresser. He's a man who knows what he wants. He knows how to execute a solution. And he is the first step in helping us getting these men out of jail tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone from outside, everyone in the back, the staff, the help, please give me a round of applause. Stand up for the one and only Roger Stone.
Delighted to be with you. And I'm here for one important reason. I stand in solidarity with every member of the Bundy family and their family. Where else can you come to see Adam Kokesh in a necktie? We've established that this is an Adam Kokesh event. If you're indicted, you're invited. I must tell you, I like it when all of the patriots working security are wearing beards. The first two guys I thought were the Smith brothers. I salute your men, your patriots for being here to keep us safe and to keep order. God bless you, men. For your service. This case with the intensity that I might have. I've been busy the last year or so. But my friend Judge Andrew Napolitano forwarded me a number of articles about this case. And the more I read, the angrier I got. I also bring you not only warm regards, but the best wishes of my friend Alex Jones at InfoWars. He wants you to know that he also stands in solidarity with every person, every patriot in this room. Now, when Dean Ryan first invited me to the event, I thought he said Bunny Ranch, not Bundy Ranch. So of course I said yes. But in all seriousness, our founding fathers said that the federal government was to be limited in power regarding land use within the states, and that the states themselves should have say over how land was used. This is crystal clear in the Federalist Papers. Over time, as if in slow motion, our enumerated constitutional rights have been eroded to the point of being unrecognizable. Militarized federal agencies are destroying families, livelihoods, and children's future. When the people legitimately gather to redress grievances, the federal mercenaries shoot to kill. We have allowed our public servants to become predators willing to kill and destroy to maintain their iron grip on power. Here we have the BLM, the EPA, the FBI threatening death, stealing land by fiat, slaughtering livestock, and laughing in our face about it. We have allowed our public servants to become modern-day robbers. And what of our friend, Mr. Pastilli? What of a journalist who is jailed only because he asks the tough questions? No, he was not wielding a weapon. He was wielding a microphone. It is a slippery slope when we jail journalists for revealing the corruption and the unconstitutional actions and the illegal actions of an oppressive federal government. Yes, the people are being abused. Land is being stolen. They've been physically trampled. And in the case of Lavoy Finicum, we know that they are murdered in cold blood by a guilty federal government. The wildlife refuge standoff could have been prevented if the FBI had not intervened in the republic form of government where the people petition their representatives with grievances to be addressed. Instead, they accelerated a cycle of violence that brought only death and dishonor to them and our country. I think it was John Kennedy who said, "Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable." While the men of the Bundy clan and their supporters rot in prison, federal agencies have not given up trying to take everything from us. These men stood up for their God-given rights and the rights of their neighbors, and now we must stand up for them. Even more egregious than the abuse of the Bundys are the actions of the federal government in the wake of that standoff. The actions of U.S. District Court Gloria Navarro are a disgrace for the judiciary. The judge is presiding over the retrial of 4 defendants charged with various crimes stemming from their participation in the Bunkerville standoff. Now, the first trial ended with a deadlocked jury. The judge has now eviscerated the defense's legal strategy, putting off limits a whole host of issues which could be used in their defense. They cannot argue the First Amendment. They cannot argue the Second Amendment. She strips them of any fair trial, and 17 men, 18 men are held without pretrial release when in this jurisdiction, thanks to her husband, people indicted for murder are allowed out on pre-trial release. These men have been denied due process guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. They are not allowed in their defense to review the actions of the BLM leading up to this incident, or to mention the federal mistakes, such as the First Amendment zone created for protesters. They are not allowed to mount any reasonable defense. Cliven Bundy is not allowed to choose his own lawyer. This is the oppressive hand of a military, jackbooted government that has lost all sense of reality, of law, morality, or the U.S. Constitution. Why must they rig the trial, you ask? Because they fear jury nullification. They fear a jury that will free the Bundy family and their supporters. Now, there is, in my opinion, a solution to this problem. We have seen the overreach of an oppressive federal government. We have seen the jackbooted mentality of a militarized federal bureaucracy. But the Bundys were assured by the local sheriff that the feds were standing down, being led to the slaughter. And then we have U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions come to town and comment on a trial in front of the courts, saying that he backs the prosecution, taking the trial and giving us the reason why this case should be booted out of court now. Mr. Attorney General, perhaps you don't recall when President Nixon said in an interview during his trial that Charles Manson was guilty. Why, the liberals in the mainstream media went crazy that Nixon was denying Manson his due process. Where are those voices today? Last night, as I sat with kindred souls and we talked about a solution, one man said the real solution is simple. We take a carefully selected group of 300 to 500 armed men to the federal courthouse. My friends, that is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. More bloodshed is not the answer. More gunplay is not the answer. I have known Donald Trump, the President of the United States, for 40 years. He is a just man. He is a decent man. He is an honest man. He is a compassionate man. He is a believer in the U.S. Constitution. He answers only to the American people, not to the two-party duopoly that run this country. And therefore, I appeal to the President. Review this case in the name of justice, in the name of mercy, in the name of fairness. Pardon every member of the Bundy family. We will be posting a petition at Infowars.com and at StoneColdTruth.com to the President, urging him to review this case and, in the act of mercy and justice, pardon these patriots. Let's be clear. We will not be silenced. We will not be intimidated. We will not be censored. We will not go away, and we will not shut up. We are in this fight to the end. Now, we know that the illegal, unconstitutional, and outrageous actions of Judge Navarro, a vestige on the bench given to us by Harry Reid, the single most corrupt man in American political history, who, as a casino control commission, was known as Paper Bag Harry, because if you gave him cash in a brown paper bag, you could get whatever you wanted. This piece of human excrement, posing as a human being, is a disgrace to his state and his country. Judge Navarro does his dirty work today. That her husband is a prosecutor is another reason why this case has been tainted. Now, I have little question that a legitimate case could be made to overturn convictions of the Bundy men and their supporters in a kangaroo court, but it would go to the Ninth Circuit, one of the most liberal circuits in the country. And then, should we lose in the Ninth Circuit, it would be up to the United States Supreme Court as to whether or not they'd hear this case. The problem with that path is many of these brave patriots will die in jail waiting for justice. No, Mr. President, hear our cries. Pardon the Bundy family and their supporters.